Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tales from the Forgotten Troop. More San Sebastian. I forget everything I say during these things. Oh, yes. Okay. I found it. I found the thread. If you're enjoying what we're doing, there are many ways to support the show. We have a Beacons page with the one and only affiliate link we have. We have a coffee for direct donations, and we have Redbubble with merch. All great options. Although merch is the most fun, I think.
I love our merch so much.
Very good.
We got some good merch.
Yeah. You can also find all of our social media links on our Beacons page to keep up with updates about the show and find a link to join our Discord. And come share your memes and your pictures of your pets, or see pictures of our pets if you don't have pets. And food.
I'm going to try to make that Alfredo.
Videos of soup. It's not Alfredo. It's just ricotta.
It's
It
best
looks
Frito.
delicious. Well, that reminds me. My mother wanted me to ask you if you could do it with cottage cheese, because she's dairy-free.
Cottage cheese
I think
is
I
not.
misunderstand what cottage cheese is.
Doesn't that have cheese?
Opposite side of the
Not when it's the dairy-free variety.
Oh.
That makes sense. I don't know.
We were all just like,
Yeah.
what?
I don't.
Sorry, I
don't
probably
know
should
if
have
you
led with
could-
that.
I don't know if you could sub that.
You don't
You also
know
need
until
to
you try.
put cheese in it. Yeah, I guess you could try it. I would try a small bit of it to see what happens.
Alright. I might need to experiment then.
We're watching the VOD on YouTube.
Continue.
You can catch us live whenever we're live, which is right now in the past, but I don't know your life. So,
Sometimes on Fridays.
sometimes on Fridays. Currently, we've been consistently most Fridays, so that's all I got. But over to you, Crow,
Alright.
with the
Well.
weather.
Welcome back to San Sebastián, everyone. We will be continuing our adventure that we began not last week, the week before last, I think.
2 weeks ago.
Down in Undertown. Previously on said adventure, our heroes were called into Undertown, the mysterious and nonsensical archaeological site below San Sebastián that seems to defy all reason and logic while being full of many unexplainable things. They were specifically looking for the exploration crew of one Dr. Burton LeBlanc, who had gone to investigate a particular site, which the team would later learn that they had picked up magical energy readings from. They were joined by Bulwark, one of the foremost heroes in San Sebastián, who'd been around for a long time and, well, seemed to perhaps unintentionally emphasize the team's inexperience in comparison to himself.
Yeah, we're the ones getting shit done. So.
Yeah.
Always.
Y'all also would have been overwhelmed by a vampire army if he hadn't popped up a few barriers there. Just saying. But, as the group descended along with Bulwark, they discovered that indeed there appears to be vampire activity currently present in the tunnels. Doesn't appear to be infectious through just any old bite, thankfully. It's not a zombie plague. But the spawn that are present are numerous, strong, and very, very fast, and have proven to be quite a bit of an issue. However, through some magical mishaps, the group was reunited with Dr. Burton LeBlanc's group, a few of whom had died, but not their superpowered protection detail, namely a member of the Young Giants, one Mr. Luciferus Kane, the dark magic specialist of the team. He was, curt, to say the least, being rather rude and seemingly rather frustrated, both because some of the demons under his contracts were not doing what they were told, but also because he'd been somewhat flummoxed by the situation. Thoth, however, started rapidly figuring things out. Seems that eye for antiquity is helping out a little bit here. But we are not going to pick up with that group as the wall slides open and a giant monstrosity begins to move. We are going to pick up on the outside with Elytra. Hey, Elytra.
Yeah.
Your team's been missing for about a day and a half.
I feel like Elytra will inquire first and foremost with Robot Mom if she has any data location on the team.
All right. She does not have current GPS coordinates, but she will happily update you on the fact that the team was sent down into Undertown to recover Professor LeBlanc and his team. That was yesterday morning. It is now the day after afternoon, late afternoon.
Tabs, what's the likelihood my team's in trouble right now?
Percentage chance per reported events in Undertown, 90.7%.
Higher than that. Higher than that.
Yep.
Rookie numbers.
Do note, time dilation may be in effect, as such events have been reported in Undertown.
Time dilation in what sense? As in it's moving faster down there or faster up here?
Unknown. Both have been reported.
Tabs, chart me the best course to Undertone where I can also pick up burrowing insects with senses for underground reconnaissance.
Termites have already been delivered to your base.
I will.
Scarabs.
I assume there's some kind of bug storage in the suit. And
Well, that's also something we actually need to take care of here.
yes.
Because, Elytra, you missed the session where everyone got to describe their new hoverboards from Carbonite
Oh.
Gears.
Yeah.
So, what does your particular hoverboard have as a special feature? Could it be perhaps some bug storage?
Yes, I do think Elytra needs bug storage of some sort.
Alright. We'll say that it has, like these secure little drawers along the side of it that only respond to, like, an RFD chip in your suit. So no one can go rifling through your bugs, at least not easily.
Yeah.
But it lets you carry a few things that you might need.
Is this like the super storage of my suit where it is larger than it appears, or is this like just regular storage?
Regular storage.
Okay.
Putting together a second space storage system on a board would be not something they could do on short notice.
Got it. Might be something to look into later, though.
True.
Depending on my numbers.
True.
Either way, I will take the termites and follow any kind of path that Tabs has supplied, and then just also try and pick up other bugs that I find useful. Stuff like if I can get like mosquitoes, which can sense like a body heat of a warm-blooded creature or something like that.
All right.
But mainly burrowing insects, some stuff that's probably like beetles, stuff that's denser, less likely to be squished upon immediate contact with some things.
Okay. Easy enough to do. And of course, the route into Undertown leads to one specific location, that being the primary dig site that's located in the mission quarter. And when you arrive, you do see a somewhat familiar face. You've probably seen him around, maybe haven't spoken to him directly too much. But there is the hero ALOI, colloquially known as Alloy. To your understanding, he's basically Venom if the Venom symbiote was a bunch of nanomachines.
So interesting. Sorry, I'm just also writing this down.
It's all right.
But nanomachines. I guess Elytra will go up to Venom, not Venom, Alloy, and she'll ask, or she'll inquire about what he knows of the situation going on currently.
Very little, unfortunately. Despite my repeated attempts to send drones down, they have been intercepted by unknown enemies. Likely whatever your team encountered, if I had to take a guess.
Well, is there a message you want passed along to my team? Because I am about ready to go after them.
Entering alone would be foolish.
Are you willing to accompany me?
Please. Standing here monitoring these monitors has been so boring.
Let's go find out what's fucking up your drones.
With pleasure. As he steps forward, you see as his arm sort of like reshapes, as it usually does, into like a bank of plasma blasters.
This is great.
He's just like, fucking finally. Alright. Meanwhile, in the tomb of this unknown hero king, both Glory Silver Phantom and also Heavenly Katana, though she will be mostly in the background here. The wall has just opened.
NPCs.
Yep. The wall has just opened. You see the large stone sarcophagus in the center, and as I described before, the strange amalgamated golem in the back has started to move. What are y'all's first responses?
Does it have any weapons?
Does it have a scroll in its mouth?
No and no.
Shit.
It's more. It doesn't really have a mouth either. It's just like a vague humanoid shape. It doesn't even like super have well-defined hands. That being said, it is like 18 feet tall.
Ooh.
What did you say it was made out of? Stone or something else?
Stone, wood, looks like some variety of thatch. It's all
Ah.
sorts of different materials stitched together.
Similar materials to like the architecture infrastructure around us, or
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
okay.
Can I get a look at anything else within that shrine? Pick up any other details or what I need to get, like, in there?
You're a little bit of a distance away. I mean, as I mentioned before, there's a whole bunch of burnt out candles all over the floor.
Yeah.
Which does give the floor, like, almost like a waxy coating over most of it, just because there were so many candles that have all just, like, burned down into puddles. But it looks like there's some further engravings in there to some degree. You can't really see details currently. Plus, you know, your attention's somewhat drawn by the massive lumbering thing.
Okay. I'm gonna be stupid. And
Do it.
I'm not gonna get, not yet, like, right up in this thing's space, but I do want to get closer to try and see more details in this shrine.
Okay. So, are you approaching aggressively, or...
No, I'm approaching cautiously. I'm approaching while staying on the defensive. Just to see,
Alright.
like, try and get a better look at this thing and just be prepared if this golem does go into attack mode.
Alright. Well, how about you do me a favor and roll to assess the situation real quick.
Superior. Oh, I just increased my super. That is a 9.
A 9. Okay, so you get to pick one.
Get to pick 2. One from that list and one from my list.
Ah, yes.
What here is the biggest threat?
Okay.
My first question. And my second question from my list is, what here is useful or valuable to me?
Okay. First of all, biggest threat. You've sensed the, like, oceanic mind of whoever or whatever is in the coffin. But even with that ripple you felt before, nothing about the coffin's construction makes you think that it's something that's, like, gonna pop open at any second. And given the size of the mine that you touched, you imagine probably takes some energy to get that moving. So, while whatever's in the sarcophagus is definitely concerning in a larger sense, the most present danger, probably the golem. Provided the fact that you're ignoring the literal portal to hell directly outside the doorstep.
Yeah.
As for what is useful or valuable, I think that would come in the form of the carvings. As a chunk of them are somewhat faded. It looks like some water damage happened and eroded part of it away. But you can see part of what appears to be a story. What appears to be a young boy and a young girl driven from what looks like some sort of simple village, and then being found by some bat-winged monster. The girl turns back on her attackers and becomes a monster herself. And the boys section of the story is the part that's mostly washed away. But you can see that when she attacks, he does not seem to be doing the same. He seems to be standing by watching.
Is she... is she attacking the other bat creature or something else?
She's attacking what appear to be some form of raiders that attacked their village. But as you're getting closer, the golem starts, like, seeming to hustle towards you a little bit. Glory, Silver Phantom, do either of you have an immediate reaction?
Defend from this somehow?
Any way in specific? Just like taking a fighting stance, or are you trying to protect Thoth, or what are you doing?
Yeah, if it's coming. Oh, hello. What do you think I should do, Blondie?
Big biscuits.
Blondie thinks you should lick everything.
She wants to eat the plastic.
Eat the
There's no
golem.
plastic in this
Chew
game.
on it. Yes, void cat.
Yeah, do you want to eat the plastic golem? The golem has to be plastic for her to eat it now. No, I'm gonna rush in to defend Thoth.
Okay. Glory?
What is Thoth's reaction to this happening?
I guess, is there still more to see on the walls?
Probably. But A, you would have to get past the golem to really take a look at it. And B, even if you take a good look at it, you're probably going to need some sort of archaeological equipment to see everything there is to see.
I mean, if this golem is starting to hustle towards me, my next move would be to not attack it, but just kind of like dodge and weave and get around it. I'm not immediately looking like I'm gonna engage.
Okay. Glory clocked earlier that Thoth seems to understand something about all of this, so she'll follow his lead in this.
Okay. Important question here. Are you trying to get around the golem into the shrine, or are you just like falling back?
I My end goal, if it's safe, is to get in the shrine. But since I know that there was already one trap that was triggered, I want to get a little closer to inspect the entryway first and make sure I'm not gonna set anything off.
Okay. In that case, Silver Phantom, could you please roll me to defend?
Blondie, you're not helping.
She always helps.
When we were fighting,
He's
No,
assisting.
Oh, well, she can kind of help, actually. That's an 9, 10, 11. Come here. Come here, yes,
Okay.
you're very helpful.
Lucky cat.
So, you keep them safe, and you choose one.
I'll add a team to the pool.
Okay. I guess I didn't say this beforehand, but we do currently have 2 team in the pool, so this will now bring us up to 3.
Thank you.
We're helping.
I should say that more often, since that's fluctuating a lot more in this game. Sorry.
Yeah.
Are you
We have team.
currently respecting the we get a team at the start of every session aspect?
Yes. Because so much, like, there's going to be enough instances of time passing in this game that the team pool is going to, like, be draining constantly.
Just so if you don't say it, I can just add one to my notes.
Yep. Alright. So, SP, you sort of, like, throw yourself in between this golem and Thoth. And Thoth and Glory, the two of you are, like, tensed and ready to, like, dodge. But this golem comes, like, right to the threshold of the door and then just stops.
Ooh.
So it goes past us, or?
No. Like,
Oh,
you're here, and it stops, like, right here.
At the threshold of the shrine.
is there anything physically different about the threshold, or invisible, kind of something barrier?
Not that you're specifically seeing,
Okay.
but as the 3 of you are sort of standing there,
I do not understand what you just said.
well, then you don't understand the golem. But it does speak.
Okay.
Something.
I couldn't tell, because you cut out a little bit, I couldn't tell if you were saying an
Oh.
actual word
Yeah.
or if it was some language.
Okay,
I'll
so
try-
intentionally unclear.
Okay.
I'll try to be a little closer to the
Hate-
mic next time.
I hate that I heard what he said, but Elytra isn't there. I think.
Yeah, I just heard
Not yet.
broken sound. So
Yeah, no worries.
I'll try to say a little closer to the mic next time.
Yeah, probably.
So-
I don't speak golem. Do you guys speak? Is that a thing? Is that a superpower people have?
I got 2 languages, and that doesn't sound like either of them.
Is it is it making any other movements or just standing there in front of us?
It's like swaying ever so slightly, but it's not making any other movements.
I want to look over my shoulder at the research group. Do any of them, what are their reactions to this?
They all look scared out of their friggin' minds.
Fair. Fair.
They have currently pressed themselves into the corner, like in a little pile, just like.
Andy.
But you also see Luciferus, who, in proper superhero fashion, has struck a ready pose and currently has some sort of like eldritch ball primed at the end of his fingertips, ready to shoot, and is just like holding position.
Okay.
He
Well,
sort of catches your eye as he sort of like glances back up at the golem. Is this one of you?
no, but
Does it look like one of us?
Hey, don't be biased. Like, people come in all shapes and sizes, okay?
Got a bigger problem, guys.
Right, yeah. I'm gonna sort of like, I'll squat down and start inspecting this doorway for anything.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the golem in case it tries to go after him while he's distracted.
Luciferus sort of like lets the ball dissipate. Thoth, as you're inspecting the threshold, you're not seeing anything super obvious. Of course, then you don't really know magic, so...
Yeah. I'm gonna be antagonistic on purpose. Hey, Magic Boy, get over here.
One moment, please. As he finishes writing a rune into the air, I need the three of you to open your tongues, please.
Why?
Stick out our tongue?
Yes, sorry. Too much
Okay.
demons.
Hey, shouldn't you buy me a drink first?
We have masks on. How's that gonna work?
It's just the motion. And then he fans three fingers and the rune triplicates.
I'll stick
No,
out
seriously, what is it?
Translation.
All right, you could have opened with that.
Could just
Open your
trust me.
tongues.
I don't know you.
Trust is a two-way street. You don't trust us, buddy.
Well, he said-
Everyone knows me.
My tongue is already out.
As he like blows on the runes and they all like float towards each of you. And it like phases through your mask if you have one. And there's like the faint sting sensation. Like if something was like crawling on your tongue, it's just like ooh.
Spicy.
But
Like
after it
licking a
finished,
9-volt battery, is that what it feels like?
yeah, kinda like licking a 9-volt battery. But afterwards, everything like sounds slightly clearer to you, and you hear the rumbling that the golem was sort of projecting before, but now it comes through like secondarily, almost like it was being overdubbed. None may see the master without the password.
Swordfish.
Panaple.
That's too many.
I don't think that's right, Lucifer says as he walks over.
We can just sit here guessing words all day, but that might
There's got to
pass
be
time.
a clue
different.
somewhere around here.
There's
Could be
anything
down here
left of it.
for years. Is there anything like written on the threshold, like on the door frame or something like that?
Not that you're specifically seeing.
Is there any writing in general?
There actually is not much writing in this shrine as a whole. It's mostly these like engraved pictograms.
Okay, so pictograms, nothing like along the lines of hieroglyphs or something.
Not as far as you can tell.
Now that I have this translation thing, I want to try reaching out to that big oceanic mind again.
Oh yeah, the abomination type creature.
Seeing if maybe something else comes through. Is there an
Okay.
emotional translation that I'm
Screaming.
missing? Not good to suppress your emotions, people.
Well, as you reach out, Elytra.
Yeah.
As you and Alloy lower yourselves into the cavernous opening that signals the start of Undertown,
Mhm.
you see what your fellows saw briefly before you, the mishmash of assorted ruins and time periods all thrust together into this giant conglomerate. These various dig sites that have been sent up with these various tents and electronic equipment for monitoring assorted strange alien artifacts. And you do see a relatively recent disturbance in the dust leading off in a particular direction, which Alloy is pretty quick to project a GPS image from his other arm and say, they went this way.
Should we investigate any of the other disturbances first, or are
There
these too
are-
surface level to be of anything useful?
There are innumerable disturbances in Undertown. It is a matter of deciding which you respond to.
Suppose we should try, first and foremost, find where my team is and where our mark is.
Agreed. What
I'll-
is your maximum speed and flight?
What is my maximum speed in flight, Crow? Is it
Probably what is recommended for your suit is like 40 miles per hour. Now, whether or not that's as fast as it can go is another matter, because I'm certain you've tinkered with it.
I've definitely pushed it.
definitely.
As far as Tabs knows, it's 40 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm. Sure. That's as far as she knows.
That's all Elytra will admit to. Let's go with that.
Correct.
Plausible deniability. So I don't know how effective wings will be in underground caverns.
This is true. But do you convey to him that, like, it's roughly...
Yeah. And I will voice my concern about wings in tight spaces.
Noted. Adjusting thrusters to resting speed of 25 miles per hour. As he sort of, like, Iron Man's up a little bit. And unlike Iron Man, who, like, does the, like, thrust forward, he just sort of, like, transitions forward.
Interesting.
Like, he's just, like, standing stock still and just, like, woo!
I love it.
Segue of hovering.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of, basically.
Does Elytra judge him slightly for this? Yes. Yes, she does. But she'll follow.
All right. And it does not take long for the two of you to encounter bodies. Very desiccated, very munched up bodies.
Elytra will check and see if she can even figure out an initial cause of death on these.
Well, given the extreme lack of fluid in their bodies, you would probably guess either exsanguination or dehydration. Hard to say, though, because some of them, well, some of them are literally cut in half.
Identifying marks.
There's a few pieces of rusted jewelry on a couple of them. One of them's got like what looks like some sort of tattered kilt. You do notice that one of them appears to have a pretty modern-looking military flak vest.
That's what I was worried about. Do they have dog tags on the military one?
Indeed.
I'm gonna take those.
All right.
So I can at least bring closure to whoever it belongs to.
Appears to belong to an Oscar Kimball.
And I will mark this spot, my GPS, for if I can do anything.
You try, but the second you open your GPS, it basically immediately starts glitching. Satellite-based positioning systems will not be functional down here.
Do you have other positioning systems that we can mark these bodies at? I would assume Mr. Kimball's family would like to know where his body is at some point.
Oscar Kimball?
Yes.
He was a member of Dr. LeBlanc's security detail.
So I think we should definitely move forward then, because we have a security detail down. It seems like we're on the right path.
Indeed. And it's right as he says that, you both hear something in the distance. Screeching.
I'm going to release some of the mosquitoes out to try and investigate and see if there's any... if I can figure out, like, what's coming at us with their ability to, like, sense. Electra's still assuming these are living creatures, so...
Alright. Well, as you sort of dispatch your little swarm, Alloy makes a gesture with his hand and leaves like this perfectly circular blob of metal just like hovering in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like gestures and it starts floating forward on its own. This appears to be one of his drones that he mentioned.
I will keep my bugs away from his drone. Don't trust it.
Fair enough. But as you scout ahead, the sound definitely gets louder. As far as mosquitoes can pick up sound. Heat picks up, but it's not necessarily body heat.
Lovely. Well, I will relay that to my new buddy.
I am also picking up seismic activity through the walls. There is something large moving.
Above, below, or to which side?
Approximately down the tunnel. There's... Wait. Picking up magical energy readings.
What kind of magical energy readings?
And it's about this time, through your mosquitoes, that you round a corner and get quite a sight.
Oh no.
First of all, the screeching appears to be coming from about what is currently numbering around 3 dozen of these emaciated humanoids scrambling around like a swarm of... I would say some sort of swarm of bug, but it's probably even more violent than that. It's like if you put a box full of tarantulas in like a laundry like drum and just sort of shook it for a little bit. Just flailing limbs and terrible, terrible noises. And they all appear to be fleeing from a giant fiery ring in the floor, from which a massive clawed red hand is grabbing fistfuls of them and dragging them into the opening. The heat is coming from inside the opening. And from what you can see from your bugs, it doesn't look good down there.
Have I seen Lucy's magic before?
Indeed you have, and indeed this looks very similar.
I'm guessing Luciferus went through ahead of us. There's a giant demon hand coming out of the earth. Lots of
Agreed.
fire destroying more emaciated humans. I don't know how we get past it, though.
Carefully.
Yeah.
I would advise caution. If my records are correct, that appears to be a portal to one of the hells.
That would track. Knowing Demon Boy.
However, if this spell is still active, that indicates that Lucifer's Cane is still alive.
Well, that means the rest of them are.
Lucifer's Cane is highly skilled. If he is alive, I am certain the rest of the team is as well.
Well, they're also highly skilled, first and foremost. I'm not attributing their living to Luciferus, but they can hold their own.
Indeed. You may have your opinion.
And you can have yours. One of us is wrong.
Alloy does not say anything, but his like glowing orange eyes just sort of like slowly shift over to you briefly, and then just like,
I smirk
back.
at him like full
Tell that
catty
rust
ass.
bucket who's boss.
Yeah, full catty ass smirk.
I love her, Your Honor.
Meanwhile, back in the temple, Thoth,
Yeah.
you reach out and touch the mind again. And there is a touch more clarity, but it's not in language per se. It's more that you're getting a clearer image of this mind. In fact, you can kind of see the edges of it.
It ends.
Indeed, it does appear to end. Granted, it's still extremely stretching your ability to, like, comprehend it. It's sort of like standing in front of a skyscraper. It's just, like, it goes up so high that, like, your mind just can't process it, so it, like, seems to curve towards you. But there is some definition to the outside of it. And some definition beneath it, as it were, as well. As before it was just sort of this blank glassy surface, now you're seeing, like, colors, faint colors moving underneath the surface. Faint emotions.
I'm gonna try and hone in on one of those emotions.
Roll me to unleash your powers. Time to see if you fall in.
Oh. Probably. Hang on, I don't think my modifier's that big. What's this freak? Yeah, that's a 5.
Oh. Don't forget to mark your potential, but,
I did.
you reach out to this emotion, we'll say that you fixate on what you're familiar with. Anger. You find this, like, brief smear of crimson beneath the surface, and you reach out. You just can't quite get a grasp on it. But you feel like you're almost there. So you reach. You reach. And... Glory, Silver Phantom, you watch as Thoth's eyes roll back in his head and he just falls over backwards.
Gonna try to catch him before he smacks the ground.
Easy
We
enough
don't.
to do.
Okay, we don't need a concussion on top of this. Is he unconscious?
I
I
seems
smack
to
him.
be.
Just wake up.
Glory's like, but she's
He-
holding him so it doesn't come through.
It's fine. Wake up.
He does not wake up.
Bring the
Shit,
smelling
okay.
salts.
I don't have smelling salt. Oh, Kane, you do things. Do you have smelling salts?
I feel like
Or can you,
magic
like,
would be
summon-
more likely.
Sulfur salt? I don't know.
Possibly. What did he do?
So you didn't catch any. Okay.
He was looking at things and reaching out to
He's been sensing some kind of
his own
mind.
personal Jesus.
Sensing? Is he a telepath?
I don't fucking understand his powers, okay?
It's weird, man. There was like a rainbow road last time, and it was really scary.
Illusions, nightmares, I don't know.
Pizzas.
Pizzas. I don't think that's a power. That's just a psychosis.
He's an illusionist. Okay. He, like,
All the illusions, Mike.
he sits down on his knees next to where you're, like, holding Thoth. And he sort of, like, puts down his cane and, like, a pair of arcane circles appear over each of his hands. And he sort of, like, puts them on either side of Thoth's head. Just please don't start anything until I can find you. But Glory, Silver Phantom, as this is happening, Bulwark comes over. Well, I may not be a magic specialist, I do have smelling salts.
That's
He holds
smart.
up, like, the little package of them. I would not recommend that right now. If he is an illusionist, his fragile mental state could have
Wait, hang on.
us.
Hang on. I don't think his illusions have anything to do with his fragile mental state. I've seen the pizzas and they are real, and that has a lot to do with his fragile mental state.
I think he means more fragile mental state could cause the illusions to go off.
Oh, yeah, well, you don't want that.
Fell into some sort of psychic trap, and we invoke stimuli that could cause a reactionary response. Or it could wake him up.
Or it could do that.
I'm liable to defer to the magic specialist on this one.
Yeah, it is magic-y, I guess.
Thank you. Bulwark sort of crosses his arms. If and when this goes to shit, I'm right over there.
You can always try talking to the golem.
He sort of, like, looks at it. I don't suppose you speak English, friend? Golem doesn't respond.
Not too personable, I suppose.
I can understand the golem now, can I? Talk. I'm gonna go up to the golem.
Alright.
What's the password?
Again, you hear the rumbling, but it's sort of like dubbed over in your head.
Please.
The password cannot be given. The password is earned through deed.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Okay, we're making progress. What kind of deeds?
Master's deeds.
Do we know who the master is?
Check the pictographs.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna look at all the pictographs again.
You're sort of looking into the shrine, and again, there's this
There. Oh.
depiction of this story of these two children, one, no, both of them afflicted by some monster, and one of them turning upon their victimizer, so to speak. But your mind casts back to when the door was closed, or when you thought it was a wall, even. And how all of those images depicted this same, like, warrior figure basically doing heroic acts. Not too dissimilar to what you guys do on a daily basis.
Okay. It looks like we just need to do Do we have to do heroism in front of you? Or can we just tell you of great deeds that we've done? Do you need to be a witness?
The golem does not respond.
Okay.
Actions speak louder than words.
Well, hopefully waking a Thoth up counts as heroism.
You never know. More of those things might show up out of the... What's that guy's name?
Which
She's-
guy?
Glory says this out loud to Lucifer's, kind of gesturing at where the giant hand is scooping people up.
Golithakyrus.
Uh,
He's, demon of the embrace.
Probably takes a while to despawn.
That's
Explains
one
why he's-
definition of an embrace.
Explains why he's trying to grab people. If I threw a rock, would I hit him? Glyphicyrus, not Cain.
That's good.
I don't know.
I don't think that's a
I,
good
I
idea.
want to specify I don't want to hit Cain right now.
No, the barrier is currently preventing a lot of
Okay.
physical movement.
Wow.
That's fine.
Well, Glyphicyrus seems like he's got those guys handled, but you never know when more might break through.
Yeah.
With any
Probably
luck, he
this
should
one.
be done short. Lucifer sort of pauses. Looks back at the barrier. Why isn't he done yet?
Maybe more of them keep coming.
Hold this. And he sort of like puts Thoth's head in your hands, Glory, and the runes just like stay attached to his head. You don't know how. And as you're like holding it, you can like feel the arcane energy just like surging, and you're just like
All right. She's got strength to spare. We're gonna shift to holding most of his body in one arm and then holding his head with the other so we don't fuck up his neck.
Alright. And Cain
You could
again.
put on a few pounds.
Cain pulls out his book and starts flipping through it again. Oh.
Miscalculation.
I forgot a clause.
What clause?
Technically, his portal doesn't close until there is no one in reach.
Are we in reach?
So,
No, but I don't know what else is down here.
Reinforcements?
hopefully not.
I hope we are not that, lucky.
Well,
Hydra.
Rip.
Alloy has recommended at this point that the two of you move forward, since it seems like this hell circle is not moving anywhere, and does appear to be in the doorway of what he confirms as Site 7111, which is where your team and Dr. LeBlanc were supposed to go.
Have I seen this particular one before?
This particular site?
No, this particular demon before.
Roll me a d6.
That would be a 1.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, you recognize it as Lucy's style, but you do not know who the heck this particular demon is.
No, I don't trust Lucy. For shit. So, can you try and send a drone past that thing first and get someone's attention? Actually, you know what? Does my phone work? Can I text the group?
Not currently, no.
No. Okay.
You don't get service down here.
I don't know. I figured there might be a short distance function, but
Walkie-talkies.
it will get added. Electra's making a note of things to add to the phones.
Need an AM adapter.
I'm gonna try and send my mosquito cloud around it to try and get them up to the barrier to pass a message along.
Okay. So, as you sort of like do a flyover of this whole scrum, first thing you notice, and first thing you would probably recognize, is that these emaciated figures definitely vampire spawn. You have seen them in enough files and know enough of the weirdness of the city to recognize a variant of vampire spawn.
Lovely.
Which is good and bad. It means that whatever is happening to these figures currently probably isn't affecting their souls in as so far as it's generally agreed upon by the magical community that when you become a vampire, your soul sort of kicks it and your body is just running around on its own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, undead thing. But that also means that they're super fast and super strong. They're probably not super smart. So, a one-on-one confrontation between you and them, bad idea. Very bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
You would not last long.
Yep.
But they are pretty occupied with the giant grabby hand that keeps on popping out of the hole to yank them in. And you do observe that this arm appears to have more than one elbow. As on multiple occasions, a vampire spawn tries to run away, and it, like... I don't know if you've ever seen, like, a Jacob's Ladder.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's, like, going, like, back and forth, like a zigzag of joints.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much that, as the arm just, like, accordions out to grab it and pull it in.
Okay, so, not likely to escape the reach of this thing.
Unlikely. But neither it nor the vampire spawn seem to be paying attention, as you do indeed see a barrier of red runes that you can get your swarm close to. Also, roll me another d6 real quick.
Okay. That's a 6.
Okay. As you fly your swarm past the hellhole, literal hellhole,
Mm-hmm.
something feels a little weird. Mosquitoes feel a little strange afterwards.
Oh, fuck.
Not really certain what's up with that, but they're still listening, so...
Okay. I'm making a note of that. I'm not apologizing if I unleash hell mosquitoes on the city after this. I'm blaming Lucy if that's the case. I'm gonna direct them to basically make an exclamation point against the barrier.
All right. Well, Glory, Silver Phantom, as Lucy is finishing up saying, well, let's hope we're not that lucky, you see as a swarm of mosquitoes coalesces outside the red barrier between you guys and the hellhole and forms an exclamation point.
Well, I only know one person who does that.
Does what? Oh no.
Anyway, we're probably going to get reinforcements because we both have a team, and I know ours is going to come looking for us.
Should be enough.
Did you?
To get that back for us.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah.
But it's
So, is it possible to get around the reach of Galitha? What was his name? Sorry.
Galitha-Kairos.
Galitha-Kairos. What kind of
Technically
range does he
speaking,
have?
yes.
What do you mean technically?
Well,
probably
his range is the distance mortality has traveled.
Okay, so if you were to demon contract speak your way around that, how would you solve it?
Technically speaking, he only needs to grasp something.
Okay.
The whole reason I was able to form a contract with him is that I figured out something in regards to replicating a mannequin.
I'm assuming he grabbed the mannequin, not you.
Correct.
SP, I've got my hands full. I don't suppose our comms are working?
Tabs, are you in my head yet?
No response.
I would way better.
I don't think she's ignoring me. That doesn't sound like Tabs.
Kane, is it possible to get a message through the barrier across to Elytra?
You don't. Do you want them or do you want me to get them?
Sort of like sits there and thinks. Yes. I'll need to summon 2 messengers so that one can be sacrificed.
Alright. Thank you.
Don't thank me yet, I still haven't helped your friend.
Well, we're all in this together right now, so...
Hold up.
He's your friend too now.
It's at this point that Bulwark, over where he's standing with Heavenly Katana and LeBlanc's people, sort of...
We could also try the smelling salts. So we might need hands on deck.
If you need to get past the big grabby guy,
A bear.
he projects a little bubble of force in his hand.
Do you have to go with the barrier? Does he have to go with the barriers? Or can you put them on somebody?
I have to stay within a certain range, but so long as I can keep my concentration, they're effectively permanent.
What kind of range?
Max I've done is about 3
I
miles.
rarely use it because it's secretly
Seems
really
like you got that covered. Here.
Assuming distance works the same around here.
Well, you up for a game of Red Rover? With a demon?
Hell, why not? I've
It's a
done
good
crazier.
story. Do you need any kind of support?
I can go with. So at least, well, I mean, you're a friendly face, but so that way there's a team member for Elytra.
take that.
There's a problem. If we want to bubble Galitha-Kairos, as it were, we'll need to time it either perfectly, or we'll need to leave a few spawn. Otherwise, he's likely to snatch us.
Does he have a priority list with targets, or is it just whatever's closest?
Whatever's closest, or whatever strikes his fancy.
Damn, the illusionary mice aren't, well, those unconscious, but they did go after mice when he summoned some illusions of them. So if you could lure them closer to danger, get them closer to Glythokyrus. That's a bit of a shield.
Possibly.
Hey, Crow. Can I hear or get a sense of the conversation through the mosquitoes?
Oh yeah, you can hear all this. Like, this barrier has not stopped sound.
Can I... So you said there were roughly 3 dozen vamps still.
Approximately. That number is going down.
Can I roughly say 36 vamps in the mosquitoes? Or just 36 V?
Sure.
Or 36 with like a mouth with fangs.
That works. You all see as the little swarm of mosquitoes morphs into that. Glory, Silver Phantom, each of you go ahead and roll me a d6 real quick.
3.
4.
Okay. I'm gonna say, Silver Phantom, you rolled high enough. Something's weird about those mosquitoes.
Well, they're elytras, so yeah. Do I recognize that they're trying to send us a message? Because that's not
Oh, yeah,
unusual.
easily. That's easily recognizable, but also...
36 upset face. That looks like a face.
It's fangs.
Your fangs. 36. Oh, there's 36 vampires. Or 36 fangs hanging out there.
Inclined to think that she's trying to convey information via pictographs.
Yeah.
That's a fair number, but...
Oh shit. Oh shit.
And Lucifer Sorrel looks at the mosquitoes.
They got it.
Oh.
They morph into Heart Lucy on
Got a lot.
Elytra, darling, I'm assuming your mosquitoes generally don't have barbed stingers?
Question mark.
You might want to have a few of them look at each other.
I'll have my mosquitoes take each other in and evaluate what has changed.
And indeed, something has changed. For one, they're bigger. For two, there are indeed, like, a series of irregular barbs protruding from all of their proboscis now.
Is that a Glythokyrus effect?
It may
Or-
just be a result of hell exposure.
Hell mosquitoes. Okay. Something new every day.
I'll take it over roaches.
Oh, not a fan.
Gotta say, you do get used to them real quick.
I doubt
Yeah,
that.
and if we die, it's also the further.
Exposure therapy.
Here's a thought.
I wish
Okay.
I wish you were with a funner member of the Young Giants, because one of them would have just gestured to Thoth.
Oh.
Here's a thought.
God. Things I didn't know about
Immediately killed
Thoth's
by
sex
itself.
life, but all right.
Hi.
Okay, so if insects that get too close to the portal are corrupted, is this an always thing or a sometimes thing? Because if it's a sometimes thing, you could theoretically swarm the portal with them, and then Glythokyrus has a lot more things to grab.
Yes.
More distractions.
Mm-hmm.
That may have other side effects.
What are you thinking?
More hell mutations, probably.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd rather not have to deal with a scorpion the size of Manhattan again.
Okay.
Scorpions, bugs. Yeah, I guess they're bugs.
They are bug enough for the demon of pestilence.
Okay, then.
And the mosquitoes say, "I got this," in response to the giant scorpion.
Lily,
Bugs aren't moving at all.
I wish this communication went two-way, but wait, so if you tricked Glythocyrus with some sort of decoy, what counts as things that he'll grab? How living does it have to be?
He embraces morality. Or rather, mortality. Sorry.
Mortal.
In effect, anything human-shaped.
Because my guess on those vampire things is, I guess it depends how you define mortal. Dies of natural causes or dies in general. Even gods can die.
Bold statement. Given
Can
the
I use
theology I
some
usually parlay with.
of my other bugs to create a human-shaped swarm? By
Indeed,
me?
you could.
Can my friend Alloy create a nanite-shaped swarm?
Do you ask him? He has no
Yes,
clue any of this has
yes.
been going on.
Oh, well, yeah. She'll fill him in on the Glythocyrus situation and how it grabs mortality.
This is why I went into STEM. There, the rules make sense.
Apparently, if it's human-shaped, it'll grab at it. Can you make a human-shaped nanite swarm? I can make a human-shaped bug swarm.
Easily. But, in my experience, magic interacting with technology can have disastrous results.
No, really? Pretty sure that's how I got my powers. What if I put a bug in the center of your swarm, your nanite swarm? Then it's technically mortal, because there's a heart that is mortal versus a bunch of machines.
I suppose that is one solution. How is it referred to? A mech suit for your insect?
Yes.
Alright. Well, he'll produce a few more drones and sort of shape them into, like, roughly toddler-sized humanoid silhouettes. It's very clear with how much he's, like, concentrating on it, though, that this is not the shape he, like, normally forms these things into. And I'll say with what you've got on you, Elytra, you could probably, by piling your bugs together, create, like, 2 silhouettes.
Okay. I'll make up the silhouettes that I can. And then with my mosquito communication, I write 2 clones. Do I have enough mosquitoes there?
You get to, like, 2 Clo.
Okay. 2 dupes.
The S is a little faint, but yeah, you can get there.
Not nothing.
Indeed. If we could have more, though, and Lucifer sort of looks over to Thoth.
Well, it's this or we try the salts.
Oh, fast. Which is faster? Because I'm thinking the salts might be faster at this point.
I think the risk is more a reaction. You spend more time with him. How's his emotional control?
I'm sorry, the salts?
Pretty good. all things considered. I mean, the horror
Okay.
pizzas, the horrors in his mind.
To be fair, some of those pizzas do make me want to have a
Oh.
breakdown.
And if
Smelling salts,
he
okay.
if he
Yeah, the
does
smelling
illude,
salts.
if the salts will snap him up and he starts doing illusions, that might help us out too.
Depends what he's doing.
I don't know. He's fighting demons in his own mind at this point.
Meanwhile,
Pizza demons.
oh, you're filled with the sensation of falling. But it's not through air. It's more like if you were falling through jello, you imagine it'd feel like this.
All right.
Just this
In a pool full of
oceanic
jello.
presence, like crushing you from all sides and like pulling you down at the same time. Until eventually you hit solid ground, as when you hit, the image around you just sort of like ripples.
There's still
And-
like the pressure all around me, and I'm just on
The
solid
press-
ground.
The pressure is lessened, but as you sort of like look up, you realize you're in the temple, in the shrine, but in its heyday.
Ooh, this is cool.
It's more than just engravings on the walls. They're painted and decorated with precious materials. And you can see more of the images. You see this sprawling epic of this hero king who took the powers of some monster and fought to save his people. And the sarcophagus is also there. But unlike how it stands now, it is resplendent gold and pearl and black onyx detailing it. But it's also all still. The flames are lit, but they don't move. They produce light, but they don't flicker. You can take steps and try to make sounds, but it's all muffled. And then, echoing through the space, Cosognutharo Akatisa Nore. Who are you? Why do you speak this Gaelic tongue?
I look around. Is there anyone else here, or is the room just like empty? It's me and this sarcophagus and the other decoration.
The golem isn't even where it was in like the sconce in the back. It is just you in the space, and as you turn to look to where the door would be, it just like falls into a void.
I reply out loud. Well, my name is Thoth. I don't know how much you know about Egypt gods. I'm not actually that god, but
You are not my friend, then.
wait, hang on. Friend? You're friends with, like, actual God Thoth.
I knew him for a time.
I would love to hear more about that. But as for how I'm communicating with you, I have an acquaintance? That feels like too friendly of a term. There's this guy who does magic stuff and cast this spell to like cross language barriers. So that's how we're talking to each other right now.
I see. And yet you sound as my people did, only more simple, strange.
Kind of rude, but
That's
you're
not him being rude. That's actually how English developed. It's crazy.
I mean, you're hearing me in your language, I'm hearing you in my language, so speaking as we feel most comfortable, I guess. Languages haven't really been my strong suit.
It is all right, little one. You are young. And the world still holds many mysteries for you.
Oh, can't argue with that.
I do ask, though, why do you disturb my sleep?
Honestly, wasn't intentional. I... In my time, I don't know if this is this like some mental dreamscape of yours? Like, do you, outside of yourself, do you know what year it is? I guess, how in-depth do I need to go about trying to explain the situation?
What is this word you say? Year.
It's a manner of tracking the passage of time.
It is like a season, then.
Yes. In our terms, a year equates to 4 seasons.
I see. Curious. This is indeed my mind. But I have been at rest for I do not know how many of your years.
Are you aware of the world outside of yourself?
I know it exists, but a time came where I thought my people would be better ruling themselves than being ruled by one such as I.
I think at this point, Thoth is just like, okay, we're deep in this conversation. And just gonna sit down on the floor, like cross his legs, lean back on his hands, like we're just having a super casual get together. Say, why do you say that? What, were you not a benevolent ruler?
I was, but I could not solve everything.
I don't think there's been a ruler in history who has solved everything. I mean, all rulers are human. We're bound to make mistakes and misunderstand things. Plus, times change.
No, not all rulers are human.
Were you human?
A long time ago.
Were you human when you ruled?
No.
Okay. What were you in charge of?
My people's world.
An entire world, not just like a village or a country.
Their country was their world. They could scarcely understand my stories of lands far away across the sea.
I guess that's fair. Especially if there's not really, the kind of technology we have now where you can share those things and if you go and see them yourself, it's little.
Technology.
Yeah.
Young mind, I have a favor to ask of thee.
I'm not sure what I can offer you, but let's hear it.
It is destiny that you have come here, bearing the name of my friend, who once taught me the ways of understanding. I ask that you share your understanding, what you have learned, what you know of the world beyond me. I ask once again for Thoth to be my tutor.
Is this like I'm stuck here for all eternity type deal, or how are you imagining this tutoring playing out? Honestly, wasn't that good academically, so if you're hoping for like an AP track, I can't help you out there.
I know not some of the words you say. So despite this opinion you hold of yourself, I imagine that your knowledge will be vast in comparison to my own. But I will not keep you. I know that the lives of humans are meant to be lived free. All I would ask is that you place your hand upon my... What is the word you would know? Upon my tomb. It will take but a moment, and if you so wish, I will return you to whence you came once we are done.
So is this like all of my knowledge will be transferred to you at once kind of thing?
All of your knowledge shall be impressed upon me, as though a hand in clay.
Could I get something in return?
What would you ask for?
The password to your golem.
Through the whole of this projected image, there is as the voice seems amused. I will give that freely.
Hey.
Sertosh. Champion in your language. For it is what my people called me, and what I informed them to call upon when I was needed again. I take from your words, however, that my people are likely long gone.
Yes, it's been many seasons for them. There's likely descendants somewhere around the world, but might take a little bit of an investigation to find out where they traveled to.
Perhaps you know, and yet do not know that you know.
Maybe.
I find that is not uncommon in humanity.
Surprises around every corner.
The most lovely thing of life.
But I will get up from where I was sitting and go over to the sarcophagus.
All right.
Put my hand on it.
Go ahead and roll me 2d6.
I get possessed. 5. Jenna dice are betraying me.
Okay. As you place your hand upon the sarcophagus, you know on some level this is not actually your hand.
Hmm.
This is more a representation of you opening your mind to this being, this champion, this king. And as he does the same, there is an impact as the two of you connect. And again, you are just overwhelmed with the vastness of his consciousness in comparison to yours. You feel like an ant that is grasped on to like the tiniest little bit of skin on a human. Just holding on for dear life. And as you do so, while you can feel your mind impressing upon his impresses upon yours as well. And there's images, colors, all sorts of things flashing past you. Unfortunately, with a roll like that, you don't really get anything intelligible out of it.
Okay.
But there's just this bombardment as information is indeed exchanged. Glory and Silver Phantom, and Elytra, since you also kind of ended up involved. You all are still in front of the golem, which is still just standing there passively. Luciferus is putting the final touches on summoning a pair of imps to deliver messages. And Bulwark is currently stretching out a little bit, as apparently somehow his powers are connected to his physicality. When Thoth suddenly takes a sharp breath and is back. Thoth, there's like a shell of red runes around your head. You're not certain what's up with that.
Yeah, that's fine. I think just my first instinct is my eyes fly open. I lock onto the golem and I just say, Satosh.
Is he speaking in
Satosh?
tongues?
I would repeat what he said.
As soon as Thoth said it, the golem turns back and lumbers back towards its little alcove and sort of...
Hey then. Are you
Oh.
are you possessed?
What day is
Did
it?
the same day.
Unclear outside of here. But yeah, what
Yeah.
SP said. To us, it's the same day. You were out for what? Above the table. How long was he out?
About 15 minutes total.
It's been about 15 minutes out here.
Elytra will write the date in New Barracks on the wall.
Glory
With
repeats it
bugs.
to Thoth. Still today.
Actually,
Well,
it's
not
the
out
day
there.
after.
Days passed outside. You are, in fact, late.
The current date is the 17th of August. Yeah, 2047.
Hope whatever you're going to do wasn't super, super important. Or that you can make up for it.
Well, I already knew I was late, so
Yeah.
I'll have to make an apology pizza.
I'm afraid to know what goes on that.
I'm
As am I.
curious.
Luciferus waves his hand, and the runes around your head just sort of.
Or a fight emoji on the wall.
I'll move Thoth to his feet if he seems like he's up to standing.
Yeah, I'll get up.
You're a little dizzy, Thoth, but you're able to stand mostly.
So
just
what?
Take a minute to like center myself.
What
You
did you
just-
say to that thing?
Yeah, did you have a nice little meditate? Come back with a password?
I went to like a Jello Mind Palace. It's
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
that tracks. Okay.
That makes the most sense out
I'm
of
sorry.
everything that's happened today.
Did you say
Jell-O?
Jello?
yeah, Jello Mind Palace.
It's good. Have you ever had Jello?
How literal is this? That doesn't matter, I guess.
It felt like I
Okay.
was moving through Jello, and I got into a mental image of this exact room, except what it looks like when it was built. So, Jello Mind Palace. I get Jello Mind Tomb, Jello Mind Shrine.
Jello Mind Palace works. So Jello Mind Palace.
The more words you say, the more I'm confused.
Is that Lucifer's Cane? Or
Yes.
Bulwark? Okay.
You get used to
That's
it.
Luciferus.
Maybe you just don't have a creative vocabulary.
So what happened in the Jello Mind Palace?
Had a conversation with whoever's buried there. I
Who's
point to the
buried there?
sarcophagus.
Was it their Jello Mind Palace?
Yes.
Okay.
And sort of in their mind, sort of in their mind. I don't know. We touch
When you
minds.
say that,
Metaphysically?
Dr. LeBlanc zips up, notepad already in hand. What did you observe?
Oh my god.
Jello.
Give the man
I
some
think
space.
you
Jello?
we can do this when we're not dealing with that, and I'm gonna point to the demon.
Bulwark chimes in. Agreed, Doc. We're gonna have to make a break for it here pretty soon.
So
Now that the golem is back in its position, I want to go in that shrine.
Okay.
A better
What are you
look at it.
looking for?
Yeah, I mean, just getting a better look at it, seeing if there's anything I missed on the drawings. Anything else in here? Runes on the sarcophagus. Belongings. Anything, since
In-
this room was closed off, anything that wasn't looted.
It looks like most things of value were looted at some point in history. However, with your new angle on the sarcophagus, you can see that there's a series of runes on the bottom of it.
Ooh. Can I read them?
With the translation rune? Yeah. It's a little jarbled, because magic rune circles are not exactly designed to be read, per se. But the best you can figure is something along the lines of levitate?
I will try, and I probably butchered the pronunciation. I will try and say it out loud.
Lucifer, nothing happens, and Lucifer's is just kind of looking at you. What was that?
The runes here say levitate. Hey, you do magic. Come read this.
That was a... Focus. Focus, Luciferus, focus.
Do you need to go to your Jello Mind Palace?
Take the anxiety meds.
This is why we didn't invite them over for lunch, DeFleur.
Oh, she invited us for lunch.
She wanted us to
Oh,
come
so
over for
sweet.
lunch.
Hey, we're probably almost out of
bugs.
this mess.
The bugs
Well,
spell out
we'll just have to
ass
invite-
on the barrier.
We'll just have to invite Flora over for lunch because I was very nice of her.
I can bring pizza.
And then morph into a thumbs up as to Glory's suggestion afterward.
Luciferus taps the bottom of the sarcophagus with his cane, and true to the runes, you all watch as it's sort of like... Sort of similar to like Han Solo and Carbonite, where he's just sort of like floating above the ground. It's sort of that setup.
Nice.
And Dr. LeBlanc comes over. We may have to abandon the site, but if we can bring back the sarcophagus and the occupant, we certainly should be able to learn a lot.
So is the entire sarcophagus floating, or is it like the lid is floating off?
The entire thing is floating.
Got it. Is there anything underneath it on the ground where it was?
Yes. A very rusted, but still intact,
Sword.
long sword that matches what was in the drawings.
I don't. I don't suppose you have any cloth or something to wrap this in.
Dean? And one of the other scientists comes over with like a big old carry case that was obviously intended for like a bunch of artifacts in the first place. It's got like foam lining and whatnot.
Good. Scientists always prepared.
If we can actually get information from him on how we ended up here, this could be the discovery of a century. Bulwark chimes in. Yeah, that's nice and all. He's running out of vampires. And indeed, the giant hand is whittled down most of the vampires at this point.
Isn't that a good thing?
I do have a running tally of
Oh,
the vampires.
It's
left.
coming after us after that.
Yeah.
We got a timer.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Kane fucked up the contract, so
We can worry about it later. Come on. Decisions.
I want to take one last second. It's not great, but I'm gonna pull out my phone and just snap pictures.
You take a selfie with the dead guy.
Yes, I do that, but then I also take pictures of like the walls and all the murals and everything.
Side note, whoever this is, you definitely just informed him of what a selfie is.
I mean, if he was seeing all my memories, he knew I took a selfie with Glory.
That's true.
But he's in his first selfie.
Hell yeah.
good for him.
Are you
There's
two friends
actually-
now?
There are actually a couple scientists who have been like quietly snapping pictures with their camera.
Yeah. I just give him
Right.
like a...
All right. We good to make a run for it then?
Everyone form up.
Free up some armor.
Elytra, are you ready on your end?
There's a thumbs up again.
Thoth, when I drop this barrier, I need as many human-looking things as you can project at once.
Probably closer to the hole than us, right?
Sure.
Ready? Go! And Kane waves his hands, and the barrier fizzles out. People start running.
Mosquitoes follow you guys, and Elytra will communicate with Alloy to send our clones
All right,
in.
Thoth and Elytra, both of you please roll me Unleash Your Powers.
Oh no. Okay, which dice do I use?
No, maybe not the Jenna.
I'll use. Oh, they're still Jenna dice, but they're a goose dice. I haven't used these yet today.
Do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. The date's the 15th. I messed that up. My bad.
Aw.
Never mind.
Okay. That would be an 11 from me.
11.
12.
Okay. So, Thoth, we already know how Elytra's form is taking this with sort of the humanoid swarms of bugs. Describe to us how you project these humanoid shapes as requested.
So they're all actual, like, human size because obviously this tunnel is limited space. But I am just gonna send forward a bunch of, like, miniaturized titans from Attack on Titan.
With, like, the ridiculous expressions
Ridiculous
and the weird running.
expression and flailing limbs. They're all naked.
I'm assuming it's the naked from the show where there's no genitals to be revealed.
Yes.
Otherwise, I would have
No.
some severe questions.
It's the censored naked.
All right.
We just added them.
However, there are still some vampires out there, and they do look hungrily over at you guys as you're doing this. Glory, Silver Phantom, sort of by default, you two are on protection detail. Go ahead
Yep.
and directly
Yeah.
engage a threat.
Does this count as
Directly.
dramatically under fire?
Oh, hell yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're savior then.
You're making a mad dash for the exit.
What am I adding? Danger. Do I have a? I do have a positive danger. Thank God I have a positive danger. 8, 9.
Okay.
And am I on the right sheet?
I pick 1.
I am on the right sheet. It's a 9 because my danger's a 0.
Nice.
9. Okay. So, you don't need to specifically pick something here. This was more just to determine how well you do. And both of you do get a little scraped up, just because the combination of dodging very fast enemies and also navigating the complete and utter, just like, human-shaped clusterfuck that Elytra and Thoth have just created.
Fun.
Also, there's a giant arm.
Yep. And there is indeed a giant arm that is
Multiple
currently,
elbows.
like...
It's the most arm I've seen in a while.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of arm. But you are managing to, like, ward them off pretty well. And as you two end up rounding a corner, you can actually see Elytra and Alloy down at the far end of the hallway, sort of doing their whole, like, mind control over their respective agents deal. And there's, like, screeching and all sorts of inhuman sounds behind you. And then there is one brief moment where the giant red hand snakes its way around the curve in the hallway, reaches over to grab one of you, and then bounces off Bulwark's barrier. As you can see, he just, like, forces it back with... And it appears to be taking a significant amount of effort, because the hand is, like, pressed against the barrier. Keep going! The scientists are not stopping. They're going.
Yeah, I guess we
You
keep
gonna
going.
be good?
I've got this.
All right. And we've got scientists to protect, and we don't know what else is up
Mhm.
here, so she's gonna go.
Yep.
Elytra, as everyone is running past you, you have a distinct impression of losing control of your bugs.
Oops.
Oh.
Not that they're dying, but they're not necessarily qualifying as insects anymore.
Damn hell portal.
Lucy,
Say
that hell
mosquitoes.
portal is not my friend right now.
Can yell at each other about it later. Move!
Just say there's a problem coming up.
Of course there's a problem coming up. There's always a problem coming up. And as you all start hustling back to the entrance to Undertown, it becomes pretty clear Bulwark's not following you. He's holding his ground, concentrating on his barrier.
We gonna do something stupid?
Yeah, all
Try
right.
and push how fast I can fly and grab him and pull him.
All right. Well, they don't call us heroes for nothing. Do or die, huh?
Correct.
Actually, they don't call us heroes at all. Because no
They
one knows who
don't.
the fuck we are. Shut up, Lucy!
I'm helping.
Heavenly
Oh,
Katana's
okay.
Now the
dad
four of
calls us
you
heroes.
hold on. And he stamps his
what?
cane on the ground. And again, the ring of rippling rock sort of forms up. Picks the four of you up. Hold on. Shoo!
I'm gonna hold on to whoever's next to me.
As again, the four of you are sort of sent through the Doctor Strange multiverse for a second. Just fingers folding into toenails, folding into tongues, just all sorts of wackiness all around you. Until you are rather unceremoniously dropped at Bulwark's feet, as he has half a second to say, "What are you?" As
Reinforcing the shield.
as the ring zips past his shield
Oh.
and catches on the hand. And starts to, like, pulling it back.
Oh, okay.
So you reinforce the shield?
Yeah.
Alright, roll to unleash your powers.
Yeah. With my +2 in freak, that is a 10.
Okay. So yeah, it's a good reinforcement. I'll even say that you can add, like, some struts on the inside of it, so it's, like, reinforced additionally.
All right. Holding them back for now.
That goth little punk might actually pull this off. Come on, let's hustle! As he
Alright.
again forms a little bubble around himself and starts, like, zipping down the hallway.
We're zooming.
I will pick up one of the boys if you pick up the other one.
Yep.
And we can fly.
Silver Phantom over my shoulders.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
god.
I got you.
I wish I could fly sometimes. That'd be very helpful.
All right. And as you all start rushing back to the entrance to Undertown, flying as you are, Elytra, you feel a disturbance in the air. Or in the ground? And then you remembered termites. As a giant pair of pincers come from the roof.
This is
And we're gonna take a
better or
break.
worse than the scorpion?
What?
And
What's
that's where we're
that?
going to take our break.
Oh,
Ah,
All right.
hell termites.
hell
Hell
termites.
termites.
Hellmites.
Okay, fair enough.
Hellmites.
All right. We'll be back here in 10 minutes.
All right.
No, it did its blue screen thing that it likes to do.
All right. We're back.
Are we
Hello.
back?
We are back.
Oh, wow.
Maria owns a cursed dog, apparently.
Well,
All greyhounds are cursed.
yeah.
Hattie had the soul
They're
of a
just-
Victorian child.
Yeah. Lily, I don't think has a soul because she is just a void.
Lily consumes.
Little do you know that you just
Power.
adopted, like, a living
She
shadow.
just sucks up power.
Yeah. She just
Oh my God.
consumes.
She's the shadow of a greyhound that was given physical form.
Right. Anyway, Crow.
Yes. So, giant termite mandibles have just extruded from the ceiling. Could Elytra and Glory each give me a d6 roll? I'm gonna
Termite
roll one for
mandibles.
Bulwark here.
Got a 3.
I also got a 3.
Okay. Well, he got a 2. So
Rip.
congratulations. Everyone gets to avoid taking a powerful blow. Instead, Bulwark just got snapped up by a giant termite.
Oops.
Snapped up, like, how? Like, pulled underground, or like it's just got him?
It has currently got him. He's got his shield around him, so he's not, like, immediately dead. He is, however, pretty thoroughly stuck in the moment.
I'd like to summon my light sword and stab that thing at the base of the mandible.
Okay, let's go ahead and enter combat as a team here. And I'm going to let you all know, your goal in this combat is not to beat these things. Your goal in this combat is to get away.
That's fair.
All right, so we had 5 team. It now goes, we had 3 team. It now goes up to 5 with starting combat here. Now, a question for the 4 of you. Who is your leader?
Glory.
Not me.
I always
Now
say Glory.
Lucy.
Glory's holding on to me, so Glory.
So I'm hearing Glory, and
Glory will say Glory because Glory's stabbing this thing.
and then
I
I heard
think-
a Lucy.
Yeah, I think Elytra's gonna be deferring to Lucy because
That's
right
fair.
now there's a
Oh,
lot
also
of
plot
demon
twist.
shit. Yeah. She's not
And then-
happy about it, but she is.
And then
I love
Thoth.
it.
I said Glory.
Almost there, but not quite.
Not quite.
If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, add another team.
Get the fuck out.
Also get the
We
fuck
say-
out.
Preferably with
Get
everybody
out.
alive and with us.
Keep people safe.
Sounds about right. Does any team member mistrust who they view as the leader?
No.
I'm looking at Elytra in specific here.
Elytra specifically.
Yeah, no.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, yeah, she does kind of still mistrust Lucy. She doesn't think he necessarily will make the right call. Sorry to add drama.
I love
Yeah.
the drama.
This game's mechanics are all about drama.
We're here to cause problems on purpose.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
If your team is ill-prepared or off-balance, remove a team. I think I'm going to rule yes on this, mostly because, well, the hell bugs are sort of an unexpected development.
That's fair.
So we will be rocking with 4 team here. So, Glory, you said you were stabbing at the mandibles.
We're going for, you know how mandibles have like little junction at the base?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get at whatever's keeping them closed.
Okay. Go
Going
ahead
for a
and roll
quick
to-
release. Be a stab.
Go ahead and roll to directly engage.
All right. This is probably not dramatically under fire because he's the one who's mandibled.
Yeah, not at the current moment, no.
That's fair. Haha! Doesn't matter. 5 and 5. It's 10.
Nice.
All right.
I have no modifier for danger.
So you get to pick 2.
Can I take something from them in the form of bolt?
Absolutely.
And second one, I'm gonna resist and avoid their blows because I don't want to get pinced.
Okay. That was a good call. I was definitely going to have you take his place if you hadn't chosen that. All right. So, you jump up and with a quick pierce from your... You said it was a spear that you had formed?
Sword.
Sword. With a quick slash from your sword, you take out the junction of where the mandibles sort of like interlock together. And without that tension there, the mandibles just go limp.
Using the momentum to get him back on his feet. We're still going.
Yep.
I've got
Still
a
going.
sword in one arm. I don't know how I managed Bulwark, but I've got Silver Phantom on me too. So
Well, Bulwark was levitating himself. He just couldn't
Okay.
move.
He can fly
'cause-
on his own.
yeeted him
Yeah.
out of the mandibles.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
he's got that. I've still got Phantom, and I've got a sword. So
I
like,
think-
I'm picturing
sorry.
just like stupid Harlequin romance cover, except like I'm carrying Silver Phantom and I've got a sword.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think as she's running or flying because Glory got out, Elijah's gonna roll, and I think it's to try and provoke Kane to help her drive these things back with their combined abilities.
Okay.
She's gonna yell forward and say, Kane, I know you don't like me, but I swear to God, I will never put another cockroach in your bed if you help me drive these fuckers back. You're the demon boy, I'm the bug bitch, so let's get this work going.
This be a band. Demon Boy and Bug Bitch.
That
We
sounds
need
like
to
a
make that merch.
superhero duo.
Terrible branding.
Yes.
That's definitely like one of those independent comics that's just like
Yeah.
fully going like completely edgy with it.
Yes.
All right. I'll say with that sort of promise, he will be susceptible to your words, so go ahead and roll plus superior there.
That is... What is my superior? One. So that would be... That's a 9.
Okay.
How does provoke work?
So for NPCs, on a 10, they rise to the bait and do what you want. On a 7 to 9, they can instead choose one.
Can I spend a team to help with this?
How so?
I would like to... I'd just like to chime in and say, yeah, Demon Boy, you've been pretty useless this whole time. Why don't you do something about it?
He's gonna beat your ass.
Poor Lucifer's game.
Okay. And with that team, you will rise to it. Useless! Useless!
I communed with a god,
God.
basically. Come on.
This man has to have harder buttons to push for fucking real.
It's less that he has harder buttons to push and more that the covers on additional buttons have been peeled off by this whole situation for him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Smash all the buttons.
He's
I
at the
don't
whimsy
really
of his
want
emotions too
him to
much.
stumble or error. So
On a 10, which is what you just got,
Yeah.
they rise to the bait and do what you
Oh.
want.
I guess, yeah, so I guess I didn't, like, sorry, I misinterpreted reading that, so.
It's alright. He was, like, still running, but he'll sort of, like, plant his feet and wait for you all to catch up to him at the end of the tunnel. And wait to basically do a combo move with Elytra once you guys reach him. However, that's becoming increasingly more dangerous proposition, as if anyone looks behind you, there are 4 more sets of mandibles protruding from the dirt now, and there's some giant termite bodies attached to them now starting to pursue you. And while they do kind of look like termites, you're fairly certain termites aren't supposed to be slightly on fire and dribbling magma behind them.
That's new.
Yup. There's definitely a few probably priceless buildings in your wake that are currently being turned into rock soup. But that's neither here nor there. Alright, Silver Phantom, Thoth, anything you want to chime in with?
I don't know if my illusions are gonna work on these things, but I'll give it a shot. And
I
since they're
can't punch them. Glory's holding me.
You could punch them.
If
If
they
you,
get
like-
close, I guess.
They're
Try and
also
kick the
on
If
mandibles
you
out
want
of
me
the
to let
way.
you down, just say so.
Oh, no, I don't. I don't want to be closer to them.
It's like, nope.
I punch
Okay.
things. I punch things good.
Fair enough. Thoth?
I will. Hopefully, this works. Since they're made of magma, I'm gonna pray that's a weakness for them, and I'm going to make it look like the ceiling in front of them opens up, and just a gush of water comes through and starts hurtling towards them and flooding the tunnel.
Okay. I'm actually going to say that this probably falls under provoke someone. So go ahead and roll that.
All right.
Because I don't think it's a question of whether or not you can project this. I think it's more of a question of whether or not you can get them to react to it.
Can I use? Are you watching closely?
Remind me what that does?
When you mislead, distract, or trick someone, roll plus superior. On a hit, they are fooled, at least for the moment. On a 10 plus, choose 3. On a 7 to 9, choose 2.
Oh, absolutely. That sounds perfect.
Let's see, what is my superior's plus? That's an 11.
Dang. I believe you said that means choose 3.
Yeah, oh, this is gonna be great. Okay. You expose a weakness or flaw. You confuse them for some time. And you avoid further entanglement.
Okay. Well, first of all, you guessed correctly. The second that geyser of water shows up, they sort of like shrink back with fear. And I'll even say that like some of them start burrowing back into the walls, trying to like get away from the water. And they appear to have stopped pursuit. However, there's still a buzzing sound in the air, which means that this is probably not over. Which becomes pretty apparent when all of you hear Luciferus yelp with surprise, as a smaller pair of mandibles has come up from beneath him to grab around his foot.
If he's not doing anything immediately, we're going for stab part 2, electric boogaloo.
May I make a suggestion?
Go for it.
You have friend. Throw friend.
Throw friend.
If friend is willing to be thrown, I will throw friend.
Yeah, throw friend.
Throw friend!
I yeet Silver Phantom.
This happens a lot with our teams. We keep throwing
Yeah.
each other.
Fastball special, baby!
Hell yeah!
Alright, Silver Phantom, go ahead and roll directly engage for me.
I have a positive danger, 2. 3. Nice, Jenna dice. 10, 11.
11, okay. You get to pick 2.
Oh, my PDF's closed. I definitely want to probably do the same thing Glory did, which is take Lucy from them, and I would like to resist being grabbed by them.
Okay. So, describe to us how you combat this giant ant that emerges from the ground.
I tackle it. I get thrown at it. I use the momentum to grab it and
Okay.
rip it off of Luciferus.
Easy enough to do with your momentum, especially thanks to Glory. And I'll say that, like, you managed to get, like, an arm in between its pincers, and then just, like, through raw physical might, you just, like, and, like, crack its pincers in half. And it's just sort of left, like, flailing on the ground with a non-functional mouth. However, as anyone who has dealt with ants knows, where there is one ant, there is many ants.
Yeah.
Also, for the record, because I don't want you traumatizing poor Lucy, I did not say I brought cockroaches, so you
I
cannot
noted that.
make
I
demon
noted that.
cockroaches.
I noted that. However, there is a ring of ants forming around
Okay.
Luciferus and Silver Phantom currently. But it's right about at this time that you guys catch up. So, Elytra, you want to do a combo move with Luciferus? He is
Yes.
ready to assist.
Elytra will say, I'm going to project as much fear as I can along my bug, like, using my bug control. I want you to do the same fear regarding anything on this level or above, so they don't escape, first and foremost, either. I don't want them overrunning the city. I want you to do the same on your frequency with demons. Try and control them, give them a sense of fear, whatever route your magic takes.
Ha! Easy. He reaches into a pocket and produces what very clearly looks like a reliquary. So I will say, what's already your bonus to unleash your powers here, Elytra?
I think I'm actually rolling with a 0 right now on Freak, so...
Well, I'll say you're rolling with a +2, thanks to
Okay.
Lucifer's help here.
Good. That would be a 9 again.
Okay. So, would you rather mark a condition, or have the effect be unstable or temporary?
Oh, I will take a condition for this one.
Alright, do you have any marked?
Hopeless.
Okay. Let's go with guilty, because this is slightly your fault.
Mm-hmm.
But as you sort of like push yourself, you can feel Luciferus also doing the same, as he channels magic through this reliquary, and all of you swear that you faintly hear choir music for a second.
Okay.
But in hindsight, makes sense that the ultimate demon counter agent would be, well, a saint.
That's fair.
Fair.
There.
And it does have the effect as the answer like hiss a little bit and like skitter back, opening up gaps in the ring that all of you can get through. And pretty shortly after you get past the ring, Bulwark sets down and throws up another barrier. Just in time, Glory, for you to feel your barrier break at the far end of the tunnel, as a giant hand smashes one of the ants and starts dragging it back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hopefully the ants keep
Should get more
busy for a while.
distance.
Keep moving,
Yep.
keep moving! And you all eventually get back to the main room, where you can see most of the scientists have gone running up the stairs and are wheezing and panting heavily about it, but the adrenaline just keeps forcing them up. But Dr. LeBlanc and a couple others are currently at the elevator with the floating sarcophagus, jamming the button.
How big is this thing?
The sarcophagus?
Yeah.
Approximately like Egyptian sarcophagus-esque. A little bit bulkier than that.
If the elevator's not working, could I just carry it up the stairs?
Quite possibly. You haven't tried to lift it yet.
Looking at Thoth, what's the likelihood that things can only be levitated?
I am unclear on that matter, but if it's levitating, you might be able to just direct it. Are you wearing
Yeah.
gloves? Make sure you have gloves on.
Glory will armor shield her hands.
All right.
All right. We're gonna see if we can direct it up.
Roll to unleash your powers.
All right. We're if it's levitating, we're gonna see if we can get enough leg force to just yeet.
Hmm.
Is that you said unleash?
Mm-hmm.
9.
A 9. Okay.
Can I throw in a team and try and also help body it with my momentum? Up.
Sure.
You also got wings, could help the
Yeah.
pitch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Glory, as you sort of like try to lift this thing, you realize two things. One, this is way heavier than it looks.
Yep, that tracks.
Like, you're fairly certain immediately this is not like normal rock. This is way too heavy to just be rock.
It's uber rock.
Secondly, these levitation runes appear to be trying to keep this thing at a certain altitude, so to speak, from the floor. So it's also pulling down against you.
Yeah.
Which initially seems like it's going to be a problem, up until Elytra literally swoops in and sort of like picks up the other end a little bit. Elytra, your arms feel like they're going to fall off any second.
Make this quick
Yep.
and get in as much power as we can, and we're just
Yep.
And up the two of you go, which Thoth and Silver Phantom, that leaves the two of you on ground level, because I highly doubt either of you can carry one of the other team
Boys.
members whilst carrying this thing.
Probably not, no.
No.
As the other scientists start rushing up the stairs, Luciferus. Okay, we're almost. Oh shit. As there is. Elytra, give me another bug that you would have brought with you.
Well, we know the mosquitoes were there.
Alright. We'll say a 6-foot plus mosquito flies into the room. Which is bad enough in and of itself, especially with the spiked proboscis. The fact that there is one of the vampire spawn riding it like it's a horse.
If I could draw that. Please tell me
Also
about a
raises
cowboy
some
hat somewhere.
concerns. Elytra, Glory, you two are not currently there as you are mid-flight up the primary shaft into Undertown.
All right, SP, we got this.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait. Oh, hang on. It's got okay. This is. I feel like this is totally
Brain
a
blast.
character. Thinking back to the murals and the in the shrine, the girl that turned into this bat creature wing thing. I want to conjure up an illusion of that and have it rush towards this vampire spawn and try and draw it back down into the tunnels.
That's a good idea.
Okay. Go ahead and, in this case, roll to unleash your powers, because you need to make this look convincing enough, because all you really saw was a drawing.
Yeah, okay.
So you need to make some interpolations in your head.
Alright. That's a 10.
Okay. So, Silver Phantom, you watch as Thoth just projects this creepy bat-looking thing out of thin air. You're not entirely certain what the hell it is. The spawn, however, definitely has a reaction, as it immediately stops the mosquito, pops off, and goes full prostate bow.
Conjure up a vampire?
You say
Did you make
prostate bow?
Like, full prostrate.
Prostrate. Okay.
Prostrate.
Just
Yeah, not.
checking.
No, not the other one. Prostrate.
Uh-huh. Did you just make their leader? Are you their leader now?
I don't think so. This is a very fragile relationship.
We.
Just go.
Yeah. Let's just go. Let's just go.
I'll grab Luciferus and start dragging him up the stairs.
He's sort of like looking at the projection. He just sort of whispers, Camisat?
Oh.
I'm just gonna get the other side of Luciferus and start going up the stairs. Nope.
And you don't need to keep the illusion running along, Thoth. As you're climbing up the stairs, the hand makes one more appearance as it yoinks the vampire back into the darkness. Congratulations, though, folks. You got out.
Woo. When they reach the surface, I want to check my teammates to make sure they're still good.
Yeah.
I've got all my fingers and all my toes.
As
Good to hear.
soon as I am checked over, I am sprinting out of there
Good luck.
and pulling out my phone.
But where are you going?
Is that Luciferus?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got something I gotta do. My teammates will brief me later.
He has thought things to do. That's just how it works. There will probably be cursed pizza later. It's
It
just-
calls to him.
Yes.
It
Calls
compels
to all
me.
of us deep down.
Bulwark is sort of like hands on knees, just like, whew. Hey, thanks for the save.
Thanks back at you. Without your barriers, that would have gone pretty badly.
I could say the same about yours.
Wow. Teamwork.
What'd you say your name was again?
Glory.
He holds out a hand to you.
She'll shake it.
Thank you, Glory.
Thank you, Bulwark.
And tragically, it is not Silver Phantom who has earned the respect this day.
Jeez.
Fine. One day.
I just get extra advancements if I get to do it. There's some other cool bonuses.
Got
Alloy.
Glory's respect, but it doesn't count for this.
Doesn't count for this.
Alloy, who sort of flew ahead of everyone to make sure the way was clear, walks over to the opening, presses a button, and like a big pair of metal shutters start to like close over it. And he says, I believe Undertown will need to be closed for a few days to allow that to settle down.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's probably a new ecosystem going on down there.
Oh, there's always a new ecosystem.
That ever happened to your bugs before?
No, but me and Kane haven't really had a ton of time with our powers interacting before.
Did you? Wait, no, I wouldn't have heard that. Ignore that.
It was like hell portal exposure.
Yeah.
Does it just affect bugs or could it affect like birds?
It depends. There are scattered reports of such things happening with open hell mouths, but I'm imagining the effects of Undertown accelerated the process.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's also a simpler organism than
Bird.
a bird.
Yeah.
Therefore, effects might
Hmm.
build up quicker.
Speaking of which, are you okay? She says that vociferous.
Better now. He sort of like smooths his hair back. And he like seems to notice the greasy feeling and like doesn't look at it, but he just sort of like wipes it. If you all will excuse me, I believe my protection detail is over, and I desperately need a shower.
I feel like Elytra pats him on the back and says, as promised, no more cockroaches. As much as I can help it.
Win, buddy.
These are agreeable terms.
And I will keep the bugs away from any open portals.
Hell mouth.
I mean, that's probably good for everybody.
Yeah, that's that's a win for everybody.
I will need to hold off on doing that again for a number of months. Opening too many weakens barriers.
Oh, okay, let's not do that then.
Yeah.
I won't be needing these anymore. And he takes his grimoire and just like rips out a few pages and just like throws them to the wind. And like as soon as they leave his hand, they just incinerate into ash.
Contracts are one use only, I'm guessing.
Most of them. It's hard to get a demon to agree to anything long term. Commitment issues. Go figure.
Yeah. Mood.
Well, thanks for the assist.
Yeah.
Say the same to you. Your teammate is surprisingly competent.
He knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I highly doubt that, but
He has a handle on it. Most of the
He
time.
knows enough to not get himself or anyone else killed.
give him
Most
that
of the
much.
time.
He also makes some real fucked up pizzas.
So you keep saying.
We could make sure he sends one to your house at some point.
I feel like that's more of a
No.
threat than anything.
That is entirely unnecessary.
You sure?
Some of them are actually
Yes.
kind of decent.
Sure about that?
I refuse to eat the bug ones.
The one he provided us had chocolate on it, which was more offensive than the bugs.
I will agree to disagree with you on that one.
Not often I miss hell. If you all will excuse me, I'm going back to the tower to get clean.
Tell Fleur she's invited to lunch with us whenever she wants.
We could just call her.
Yeah, I'd rather him relay it, but we'll tell her
That's
eventually.
fair.
He taps his cane twice and just disappears.
Another day, another making friends with the young giants.
Friends, sure.
Agonizing.
Yeah.
Frenemies.
Well, our special powers being very annoying.
Yeah, that's our
No
group
comment.
power.
I mean, I did promise no more cockroaches, so
And he didn't
is
die.
progress.
So,
And he
like,
didn't die.
what more could this man want?
I will say, what kind of scam artist is he that he's managed to get all these demons to agree to work with him?
Again, the story behind that is that he had his father's team of lawyers help him.
Lawyers, man.
Yeah, that's fair.
How much of that is true, and how much of that is just like the press?
Were they the
Uncertain.
Fey lawyers?
Mm.
Mm.
I mean, Phoenix Wright can wrangle anything, so...
Yeah.
Objection.
Fey law and demon law are different things.
True.
Mythologically speaking, they're actually very similar, and for good reason.
You need separate degrees.
A lot of degrees to do law in this city. A lot of specializations around here.
Okay. But we're going to go ahead and follow Thoth here for a moment. It is late Thoth on the 15th. In fact, it's pretty close to being you 24 hours late to your scheduled appointment.
Yep.
Where are you headed?
I'm probably first back to my apartment to change, but as I'm like, after I sprint out of the entrance to Undertown, probably hop on my hoverboard, I am dialing Manny's number. I don't even wait to see if he messaged me or if there's missed calls. I am just contacting him straight away.
There are, but...
Yeah, better to cut right to the chase.
It doesn't even take one ring for him to pick up. Bro, where the hell have you been?
I'm sorry. I am... I don't even... You're probably not even gonna believe me. When I explain what
Listen,
happened.
if it was some of the super shit, I get it, but like, are you okay?
I'm alive. And yeah, it was...
I'm sorry, that was in question?
There were... Okay, gonna... Above the table, we're gonna decide to tell the half-truth. I got magicked into Undertown.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
And
I-
just got out.
Damn, dude. Do you have everything?
All my limbs, yeah.
Yeesh. Well, good reason for missing the meeting. Fuck. I
Did it-
mean... It didn't exactly go great, but
Yeah.
you know what? Fuck it. I'm glad you're alive.
Are you... Did things end up okay on your end?
Yeah. Shit's fine. Shit's always fine.
Any.
I've got a shiner.
Honestly, probably the best case scenario.
I mean, he took it pretty well. Triclops did. It's alright. He didn't laser me like the last guy, so that's good.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay.
But yeah, I'm not supposed to show my face for a couple weeks, so maybe take a rain check on that whole job.
Look, I will. I'll make it up to you on the next one, okay?
Hey, shit happens, man. Do you need anything? If you were stuck down there for a day.
I could probably use a shower, so I'm on my way back to my apartment. But yeah. Do I get cleaned up when I get some pizza?
Sure. Yeah, I can get pizza. Stay safe out there, man.
I think that's all we can try and do.
Don't go falling down any more rabbit holes.
I think we should both stay out of the general Undertown vicinity, you know?
Only nutballs ever go in there.
I didn't voluntarily go in there.
that was out of character. Sorry, that just made me laugh. Just like, bitch, you totally did.
I know. Gotta stick to the cover story. I'll see you soon. I'll let you know when I'm cleaned up and grab some pizza. Maybe go to the batting cages, you know?
I don't think they're open this late. We can definitely break in.
I thought that karaoke place had one, but maybe, I don't know.
Ooh.
Play it by ear.
Alright. Make a night of it.
Yeah.
Celebrate the return of D.
Maybe let's not go.
Yeah,
Spreading
I
that
said it
one
out loud, and then
around.
I was like, yeah, that's not a good one. I'll workshop it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll text you soon.
See you in a bit, man.
I'll hang up.
Alright. And you get home just fine. And have a very good night with Manny, though I would note it's a bit more than just a shiner he got.
What's the damage?
He's been pretty thoroughly beat up.
I won't harp on it and won't point it out. was already telling him a half truth. I'll let him have his.
Yep. Meanwhile, back at the site, mission's complete. Y'all are free to go home. Elytra, you estimate you've been gone about 12 hours total? Surface time?
So I'll relay the time dilation that I've observed and help the other two calculate to where they are in their day, basically.
Larry just shrugs. It's not like anyone's keeping track of it. For me, at least.
Yeah.
You do have the thought, Elytra, that your sister might be wondering where the heck you are.
Yeah, how long were we gone?
You guys were gone approximately, I want to say 30 hours total.
Cool.
A day and some change.
I'm sure it's fine.
I probably have to go and figure out a cover story for why I've been gone for 12 hours, but
Anything we can do to help? Or is this like a
this is
non-costume kind of cover story?
non-costume kind of cover story.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Costume cover story knew what was going on to begin with, so
That's
which
fair.
is why reinforcements came. But
Well, we appreciate you reinforcing.
I'm happy you guys lasted long enough for me to get there and help. I'm kind of fond of both of you, so.
Oh, I'm fond of not dying.
I think Elytra will smile at them both, give them both a hug, and then fly off to make a call from her lab to basically pretend she lost track of time there. I'm sure her sister's actually used to that.
Easy enough to do, and even when you get there, you realize that, mysteriously, you've already been logged into the lab for the past 12 hours.
Yep.
So helpful.
Robot mom.
But mom.
What time of
Uh,
day is it right now?
It's almost midnight.
Jeez.
You know. Oh, go for it.
I was just going to say, Elytra, as you return to base, though, you realize there's one bug left in your storage. It's one of the slightly modified mosquitoes.
Well, that's going in a very sealed enclosure to be observed.
Okay. Just right that you have access to hell mosquitoes.
This will not cause any problems whatsoever.
No, it'll be fine.
It'll be
Totally fine. With just unless you have more with Elytra.
I was just gonna
Nope.
say, Elytra does shoot Luciferus have Tab shoot Luciferus a text saying, "Hey, I do still have one of the mosquitoes, a baby one. If you want to figure out what your Hellmouse do to Earth life, there's potentially a joint research project at some point."
He leaves you on red.
But
Oh,
he
no.
read it.
Yeah.
He did read it.
She looks at her phone, says fair, and leaves it at that.
He gave him nightmares.
Yeah.
Glory.
Assuming the Silver Phantom hasn't headed off yet.
Not yet.
You know I don't ask about the real life stuff, but is this going to be a problem for you? The 30 hours thing.
Do I have any texts from Jack?
You do. You also see that you have a few texts from Dutch, though.
I don't think it's. Are there any of the texts from my boss upset about being gone for 30 hours?
Oh, yeah. He
Okay.
has some interesting strings of expletives in your text messages.
I mean, as long as I don't get fired, I think I'm good, because my boss is also my landlord, and that would be really unfortunate.
If you get
What?
kicked out of your house, I've got a guest room.
Oh, okay.
Also a couch if you prefer that.
I mean, whatever. A cot on the floor.
Don't have one of those.
I got a mattress. It's an upgrade from the air mattress I had, so.
Like a straight up mattress on the floor?
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, it's in this like nice little alcove, so there's a window, and in the sun, it just hits you right, and it's a nice way to wake up.
You can get moisture under your mattress, and that rots the fucker if you don't have it like above the floor. Ask
Okay, I
me
gotta
how
go
I
get some
know.
cinder blocks then.
I'm getting you a fucking bed frame. What size of bed is this?
A size, a queen bed, sure. I don't know. Fits perfectly in the little alcove.
I'm getting you a fucking bed frame.
Okay.
I've got enough left over from my stipend to spare, and this is unacceptable.
That's fair.
Good luck with whatever you're going to be dealing with, Fallout-wise.
I think I'm gonna go get something to eat first, and then I'm gonna go deal with that because it's been 30 hours since I ate anything.
Want company? 'Cause that's a good point.
Yeah, let's go get something to eat.
Preferably not fucked up pizza.
No. Regular pizza though. We could go get regular pizza.
I would be down for regular.
We'll go get regular pizza.
Keep the fucked up levels within normal bounds of fucked up.
Yeah.
All right. There is like a couple 24-hour pizzerias open in the city. It's not exactly extreme quality because, it's friggin' midnight, and most of the clientele that these places get around this time are drunkards and or stoners who are just not sleeping for the evening.
Mood.
That's a vibe.
College kids.
A couple. But you two definitely get a little bit of attention just because, you're still in full hero getup. But
Yeah.
it's not uncommon to see heroes occasionally stop in to get food. It happens in this city.
Do we have a near miss at the same pizza place?
Gosh
That'd be
darn
fucking
it,
funny.
stop stealing my ideas.
I was gonna say, so it's uncostumed working in the kitchen.
He is not working in the kitchen. But a pair... Well, Manny is not Mexican descent, right?
Yeah, he is.
Where is he? He is, okay.
Yeah, we both are.
You'd see a pair of young, adultish Mexican descent boys come in at some point. One of them talking very animatedly about the return of his friend, apparently. And, Thoth, it's not hard to spot your friends on the opposite table.
Yep. I'm just try and direct Manny's conversation elsewhere. So that he doesn't actually mention the place I just was.
Alright. But Glory, I imagine at some point you'd probably go onto like Amazon or whatever to try to order this bed frame.
Yeah, she doesn't have a shit ton of money, but she has fucked up a mattress by just keeping it on the ground in the early days of living by herself. So,
Fair.
Well,
we're paying that forward to hopefully save him from having to buy a new mattress.
when you go to
Pizza
purchase
air
it,
mattress.
you already see that an order has been placed under your account.
Super mom.
Is that a logical
Super
deduction here?
mom.
Well, the message briefly after you check that saying covered confirms it.
Okay. Assuming she's listening, because she's always listening.
She's
Thank you,
always
Tabs.
listening.
Thank you, Tabs.
Thanks, Tabs? Or are we just thanking Tabs?
She'll show him the Amazon thing.
Oh, thanks, Tabs.
Should be showing up in a couple of days.
We still have Amazon in the future.
Yes, but it's not owned by you know who anymore.
Well,
We should do those anime
died in a
manga
submarine accident by now.
offshoots of brand names,
Yeah.
and it should be like Amazon or something.
Amazon.
No, wait, hang on. I can come up with something better.
WeTube.
McDonald's.
I love
It's called Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
I love it.
Hermes.
No, I don't want to do Hermes. That might confuse things later. But yeah, we'll say you get it through Valkyrie. And as the night sort of winds down, we follow Silver Phantom, who I assume you're headed back to your place
Yeah.
with Jack.
Yeah.
Do you take the time to read through your messages?
I probably should.
Well, as you do so, you get through Jack's interesting breakdown, which ultimately sort of sums up to, you better be in a life or death situation or I swear to God I'll kill you myself.
Stuck in Undertown, frowny face. And then an ant emoji.
No context.
No
context.
context. No.
But you check your other messages, and you see a couple from Dutch.
What do they say?
Hey dude, I was wondering if you would be free in a couple days. If
That's
you're
it.
not... Oh,
Oh.
well, that's the
Sorry.
first message. Later on. If you're not, that's fine. We just need some extra help with an upcoming episode.
Yeah, I'm down.
That's what you
Lost.
checked?
Yeah. Sorry, lost my phone. Yeah, I'm down. Can't tell him I was stuck in Undertown with a frowny face and an ant emoji.
All right. And as you're sort of typing away on your phone,
Scooting down the road on my skateboard.
Yep. The camera pans and transitions from one phone to another. A gloved hand holds this phone as it types out the message. Job accepted. Expecting half beforehand and half upon delivery.
Can't possibly be a trap. Couldn't possibly go wrong.
The recipient texts back. And you're certain you can do this job? And the camera pans up to reveal a familiar but distinctly different mask with black and silver decoration. The Silver Spectre always gets the job done. And that's where we're going to leave it for today.
I'm picturing this guy narrating his tweet as he's typing it out. Silver Spectre, always. I know
Which
that
is
ruins
weird
the
because
seriousness, but
Phantom's going down the road on his skateboard. He's talking out loud as he's stuck in Undertown. Frowny face, ant emoji.
I can't believe you
I
didn't
love
send a
it.
vampire emoji too.
The ant seems
Vampire
much
ants.
more relevant.
Hey, Crow, I do have a quick question for you regarding projects I had going in the lab.
Mhm.
What's the status of the silk fabric for the boys?
I thought
Roll
we
me
had
d6
that.
real quick.
I've been acting like we've had that this whole time. Oh no.
Oh, I haven't.
That's why
That's
I've
a
been
4.
agreed to be thrown all the time.
Decent progress. It's still got a ways to go.
Glory threw me from a moving car like 2 weeks ago. I thought I had this body armor.
You could retcon that I gave you some glowy armor for the moment.
So it's
Nice.
fine. I just
No, it's funnier this way.
Living life on the edge.
That's he's just like, ah!
All right. But I do believe we have some end of session questions here. So whenever you guys are ready.
Go first because I feel like Electra grew closer to the team. I am gonna give Luciferous influence
Ooh.
because
Oh.
Progress.
she's trying to make amends right now for being a little terror, at least in this situation. He kept her team safe, so
Okay. Okay. For the record, he has not given influence to any of you.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will
that
take
doesn't
it by
surprise me.
force.
You want to keep your hands.
All right.
and
And you
I'm-
said you're taking potential or clear?
yeah, I'm taking potential for right now.
Okay. Anyone else?
I can go. I'm going to grow closer to the team, closer to Glory.
All right.
And I'm gonna keep angry, and I'm gonna take a potential.
I believe she already influences you, so
Yeah.
Gloria, you get to shift some levels.
Wabbles.
Apologies in advance if this fucks things up. But you're pretty badass down there. So we're gonna say Hey, danger up, freak down, because you
Okay.
still do just punch people.
I still do just punch people.
That is
That
some
can
damn
happen.
good punching.
It is
It's
some
not-
very good punching.
It is not just punching people anymore. He has officially punched an ant.
I
I
love
punched a
this.
giant ant and some vampires.
Yeah.
That was last week.
Just
2
kind of a
weeks
people.
ago. But
But also distinctly not a people.
danger.
Unsurprisingly, we're gonna do Group Closer to the Team and also Silver Phantom because there's something vaguely depressing about just going home after a mission and dragging herself to her empty apartment. So she was happy to hang out.
He needs friends too.
Yeah.
I had to come up with NPCs because I forgot to give this man friends. It's fine though. He'll get over it.
I would say before the team, you might have straight up been Glory's only friend.
Oh no.
For reasons I will not be explaining.
Oh, you'll be explaining them eventually.
Yeah, but not till you make me.
We are gonna move Savior up because there was a fair bit of rescuing going on. And Danger down because you're not really a danger to him.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I mean, she'd stand between you and a gun. I'm gonna keep angry and I will mark potential.
We're all just so angry.
Teenagers.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Surprisingly, Elytra is not angry right now, despite being the small murder child.
You did
But I
get
created.
to freak Lucifer's out with a bunch of bugs. That might have
It
helped.
did. Yeah.
I am going to grow into my own image again because I went to a fucking Jello Mind Palace and communed with possibly an
I
ancient deity.
I
And
shouldn't
we-
have used Jello as a descriptor. I feel like you're
Yeah.
fixating way
No, I
too
love
much
it.
on that.
You made a choice knowing this group, and now you
I
have to
guess.
live with it.
I guess.
Can we make merch that just says Jello Mind House?
Yes.
Yes.
So I
These
did.
are the consequences of my actions.
I did some pretty cool things, but also getting out of there had to deal with a very shitty reality that I caused. So, because of that, I'm going to shift Savior down and shift Mundane up.
Want to focus more on the mundane side of things, eh? I got you. Now, here is where we would roll for our next episode, but that has already been determined.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's the Silver Phantom drama.
yes.
Yeah. I wrote it
we-
down.
I do believe we are going to be off next week.
Really?
Most likely because I will be on
Oh yeah.
Ah.
planes.
Yep.
And Charlie's kind of the one who runs the shindig on a technical level, so...
I mean, Maria's done it before.
Well, with the way my computer has been
That's
acting,
also
There's
a fair
also
point.
that.
A valid
It
point.
Is a little
crashed this
cursed.
session.
That's a valid point.
it crashed 3 times last week.
Oh, Jesus.
But we will see
Yeah.
when we next play San Sebastian, but join us next time because we're about to get into some juicy bits regarding Silver Phantom with Fear, the Silver Spectre.
So excited.
But that will be next time. For now, thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for playing with me. Good night, y'all.
Bye.